It should have popped up for you.
Yep. Yeah. This is so awkward. It doesn't let me add people in Discord.
I know. It's like the most annoying part of it. Okay, I'm just gonna send us both teams real quick.
I have to delete all these things as well. It's so awkward.
I know, it's just
Here
like
we
so
go.
painful because got to go through each manual channel.
Oh, okay, there we go. Pross was asking what this is for. Yeah, about RXL, and he's like, no, I don't want to play because they make me hand cam, and I don't like it. Let's see. That's not my screen. Okay, no, he says to play actually. Okay. Okay, retweet in a second. Seen that thing pop up. That's what I'm assuming it is anyway.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. Have you casted either of these two teams before?
Um, look, I've done the King's Creed. I haven't done TSP though. So,
No.
King's Creed were, I'm pretty sure I played, not played, casted them when they played Good Morning. Um,
Okay.
I can't remember the scoreline, but I think they didn't get 7-0 and they didn't 7-0, so it was kind of an average match. So,
Yeah.
they have some good players though, so, and I'm pretty sure the lineup's changed a lot since I last did them, so we'll have to see if that's
Yeah.
about anymore.
I think they picked up the majority of the Sneaky Beakies roster. Well, I know they picked up Dizzy, Haters, Valuer. I think those are the three they picked up, if I'm not mistaken. Because they had the majority of their roster went and changed to Paradox, I think.
Right, let me just
So many
open the stream
servers to put stuff in.
after I think down there. I've seen some of the players from TSP play before. Um, can't remember what teams they were playing for, but so what are the two maps today? I can't
It's
remember.
Villa and Clubhouse.
Alright, well, at least one of them isn't like cafe, like and
I know,
clubhouse
I'm so
because
relieved.
it's always cafe clubhouse that I get. I'm pretty sure I did the King's Creed and it was cafe that they played. Um, and then yesterday I did clubhouse and I've done clubhouse so many times. It's
Cafe
the only,
is just getting on my nerves now. Like so many games, just all on Cafe.
apparently Mercy said they're defending clubhouse now in the chat.
Yeah, I forgot to reply to him, so that's probably why he's put it in chat. Sorry, Connor. Need my stream to refresh. Should be good.
I'm pretty sure they only lost 7-5 with two playing in our scrim.
To hold that alibi.
One of the players went off and got like 18 kills or something like that, and that's the reason they won.
Wow. Who was it again? Sorry. That you played?
Cheater Den's team. I think it's called Vanquish.
Ah, Vanquish. Yeah. I haven't played them yet. We'll scrim them. So.
I
can't
don't think
XCL allow you
that's
to send
allowed,
links?
Joseph Stalin's uncle. I think he might be swiftly banned from
It's
the channel.
it's such a great Twitch name. Oh, 2 more to 100. Did somebody else follow? Oh, somebody did. Very nice. Didn't even notice. Oops.
To 98. I'll
I
give
do
you
know.
a host on
I
mine.
casted TSP multiple times, so I do know basically who they are in chat. So Bradley and Merksy, Joe Starling's uncle Chaz, and Puckles if he joins. They're TSP players, and I guarantee they ban Monty, and I've guaranteed it so much I've already written it down for both maps because TSP hate a Monty.
I mean, what's not to hate? Big fat guy that has no counters.
I know. Haters finally joined, so there we go. I think Yes Inv is a sub. I'm not too sure though, because I know they wanted to play Dizzy, but he's been held up at work, so I'll have to see. My Twitch is just not refreshing, which is never good. Hey, so we're just waiting for people to ready up. I should probably have actually introduced the stream. Let me just quickly respond to something.
Merksy says we aren't banning Monty now.
We aren't banning. Oh, I have a feeling that's a lie, but sure, Connor, sure. But yeah, hello people in chat. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dylan, and I'm joined by Rarity. And
Hello.
I believe everybody has readied up. Yep. So, as you can, he's just support player. I know what you want me to say. Yes, he is a support player. So, players, of course, you do have to leave chat. We are playing, we're going to Villa first. Oh, Crazy, you're going to be allowed in chat because you're not playing. By the way, Crazy, I clipped your 3K on the Bandit on Oregon. So, DM me if you want that. I'll send you the. Oh, look! What a surprise! They banned Monty.
Wait, we weren't expecting that. A Monty
It's not
ban?
like they've always
What?
banned Monty. Yeah, TSP a very avid anti-Monty sort of team, which is fair enough.
I reckon next map they'll probably ban Blitz, yeah. Because that seems likely.
Well, King's Creed do ban Nomad. Nomad, of course, a very strong operator. It does leave Thatcher on up. Oh, of course, Yad leaves the game immediately. Please don't rehost already. Gunning is Joseph Stalin's uncle. So he did say bye in chat and then leave. So the rest of the bans will come out. It's a Valk ban. Seen plenty of those recently. And then the final ban probably going to be either a Mirror or an Echo. Yeah, Puckles, you have been target banned. Good thing there's Mute. As he does return, good. So the final ban probably going to be an Echo or Mirror. That is my best guess, and indeed it is a Mirror. So the bans are Monty, Nomad, Valk, and Mirror. And what do you make of that, Rarity?
I mean, for this map, I'd say that's pretty standard bans. Nomad's obviously good for the flanks on this. I play the game, obviously. I'm not sure how much you actually play. I was going to say a lot more than you, but I'm not sure how much you play the game.
No,
but
you do.
Every time I play this map in scrims and in actual games, it seems people like to use Nomad. Our team actually doesn't use Nomad a lot. We only use it in console, really. But Valkyrie obviously denying info. C4s from below, quite prevalent on this map, and Mira is just not something you want to deal with. Obviously, like the Monty.
Yeah, and of course, I've had the advantage of casting TSP multiple times, and I do know Puckles. Along with playing that mute, he also plays a lot of Nomad, so it does make sense. TSP I don't want to say they're a weird team, but their roles depend on attack and defense. Like right now, we can see Chaz is on the Jaeger, and he usually plays the sort of supportive roles like Thatcher and Buck on the attack, especially on Villa. If we have a look at 6 picks, Yad or Gunning has switched from Smoke to Echo, and we also see Yes In go from Sledge to Jackal. So Aviator Games is the first site. A lot of teams have been preferring Trophy recently, but TSP with the going with what they usually do on Villa, and it's going to be Aviator Games. We are probably going to see a fairly standard setup. You know, you got the Wamai behind the shield on top of main stairs. You probably have you may have a shield. Actually, how many shields they brought? They've only brought 1 shield, so there'll be no shield by the game's doorway. Fairly standard reinforcements coming out. Sayin has left the game. Absolutely great. So we may get a rehost already. Haters playing that Thermite. Haters is a very, very strong Thermite, as we've got little Chaz. Is he going for a spawn peek? He's going for a bullet hole spawn peek. Does he see somebody's head? Yes, he does. Beautiful one tap from the Jaeger to start things off. Finds that kill onto the Thatcher. And I don't think he knows it. So Merxy going to be on that bandit. He's going to have no issue with banditing those walls. That's going to make Eluzi and Haters have a hard time of breaching those 2 walls. They may have to go for a bar breach, but there is a rotation there because Scurvy, or Scurry, however Bradley wants his name to be pronounced, is going to be playing on that main stairs. This is going to be a study take, it seems. Sane hasn't joined back yet. The Wamais are getting burnt out fairly early on. The Echo stuns come out as well. Wamai going to play down below. He does see somebody poke their head. That somebody is Eluzi on that Hibana. And that Hibana does land a shot with that Type 89 onto Scurry. It just has to be careful. How on earth have they got rid of that bandit battery? Fair play. Scurry finds the kill on Yes Inv with the pistol as well. The breach has been opened up behind bar as Haters finds a triple for the round. The Thermite, I said he's a bit of a fragger on this supportive role, getting Puckles and Merxy. And also little Chaz. However, his reign of terror doesn't last long because Chaz wasn't killed actually, it was Gunning along with. Chaz finds that kill. And actually, Eluzi picks up the last 2, 1 to Scurry and 1 to Chaz in a very surprising round to be brought back there from King's Creed, and they find themselves 1-0 up. And what do you make of that?
Well, Haters 100% the MVP for that round, running in, getting a triple kill. Little Chaz obviously getting that 1-tap spawn peek, making himself look nice, but in the end, it didn't matter for the team, as King's Creed took the run on a 3v5.
Yeah,
not sure how they managed that one.
I think Merxy used one of his bandit batteries on the vault wall, so therefore he couldn't use all 4 on those 4 study walls, which allowed Haters to open that breach. But I'm not really sure the positioning from... Not really sure how TSP positioned themselves to allow the Thermite to just walk in the door, get a triple, as we see Sane 6-picking from Amari to Ash. So no cheeky Amari rush.
2 things I was confused about that round though. He 6-picked from... I actually can't remember what operator it was. But they 6-picked onto the Echo, and I'm pretty sure they kept the mute. But they didn't... They used the bandit battery on the vault wall, and they had an Echo while there was an IQ, so... I'm assuming they're not keeping close attention of the operator picks here, as I'm not sure why the Echo would be brought out if there is an IQ player, but I mean, it's up to them in the end, so let's see if it worked anyway.
I don't think there was an IQ last round, I think it was a Jackal instead, but whoever
No,
gets
it was,
played...
It was IQ, but scene disconnected.
Ah, it was IQ, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Well, Yesim did play that Jackal last time, and he tried to rush Scurry up those main stairs who was on that one. He found the pistol kill, but Yad and Scurry have swapped roles. Yad is much more... Scurry, sorry, is much more the smoke player than Yad, so he'll be switching on to those Wamai positioning. Oh, that's not even an English sentence. He'll be playing that Wamai instead. Scurry, a lot more of a supportive player. Usually plays the Goyo and the smoke. He's very good at both of them as well. And that's something I've noticed with TSPs. They do like to rotate the operators quite a lot, and it's usually Scurry, Crazy, who isn't playing, and YDB Gunning or Yad. Those three are usually the ones that switch operators, as we're actually going to see a back push so through Master, so probably a Vault take. So Chaz is going to be the one that's going to try and intercept the attackers. However, Sane in the entry fragger, of course, it's his first round that he actually ready to position himself in trophy statue, but they do have to be careful because Chaz is sitting in that basement. That's something he does enjoy doing. And got Puckles getting ready for a cheeky engagement with the Ash there of Sane. You see Chaz running down below even more. That Ash would be perhaps not the smartest player to try and peek that, but he changes his position, pushes up towards the vault door. As Chaz is still in basement, he's going to come up China stairs. He could actually find Yes In, the IQ player, the only one on this middle floor, as the rest of the attackers are getting ready for a vault push. Puckles is contesting this, as we actually have YDB Gunning moving his shield, but meanwhile as Haters finds Puckles, but Puckles and a Merxy both found a kill, one onto Valuer, one onto Sane. So TSP find themselves in a 4v3 with Chaz still running down below, and it's not been the best droning, because this IQ is... Wow, actually Yesim's gonna actually find that kill. That's very impressive after Jaeger had the sneak. Must have been spotted by a drone. As Haters is gonna place his charge at the bottom of the vault wall. That's gonna destroy the floor. You aren't gonna be able to hold it. It doesn't make the best hole ever. So it's gonna allow a Merxy to play quite an aggressive angle with it. Yesim getting ready to push in. Going to bait out a smoke grenade, just pre-fire, but Scurry not going to bite the bait there. The flashbangs come out from behind, and Merxy's going to reposition. Do we get a cheeky C4? That would be the question. And Scurry does a lot of damage there to Aluzi. Aluzi, though, finds his way into sight, finds the kill to top things off, but Merxy retrades and finds the kill onto Yes Inv. And he also... I believe Merxy was the one who found the down there. But Haters has just rushed into sight. The C4 was to finish off Aluzi, but YDB Gunning was covering that Thermite. And TSP managed to win their first round on the second time of asking.
I don't honestly think there was the best journey coming out from the attacking side there. They seem to be just a bit lost, in my opinion. But I actually prefer the push they did to the steady push, although it worked a lot better for them. But I think that was mainly down to Haters getting a triple kill in the first round, that one worked a lot better. The vault push is a lot more strong in my opinion, as you get 90 control so much faster, especially knocking that Wamai off of the top main stairs. But they didn't even go for that 90 control. They let the Wamai sit there on the shield. They didn't throw any utility whatsoever at him, and they just let him live throughout the round. So that was one of their main mistakes, allowing him to survive, and yeah, it didn't turn out well for them in the end.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I think the vault take is much more a common sort of higher level comp take. But study, you usually get that in your ranked games. Well, at least I do. It was good to see from TSP. You could see the droning wasn't really there from the King's Creed, because they allowed Chaz to sit through the majority of the round on that basement and first floor. However, Throne didn't come to fruition because Yesim was there with the G8 ready to find the kill. We're going to see this hold that we saw in the TEG finals for this site. It's the rotation made into Marston. The little cubby gets castled off. I think it was you, Rarity. I think it was JPC that brought it. It may have been Venga.
Yep. It was JPC that brought this one. We didn't have the same shield as what I did though on this rotation here. We had the shield on the closet doorway, and we had a smoke bang in there, and just chilling out trying to hold it up. And then I'm pretty sure we had a shield at top of red stairs on the landing, and I'm pretty sure our Jaeger player was holding there. So
yeah, I think you're right with that.
It's a pretty powerful hold, to be fair, and let's see what they're able to do with it this round.
So we've got 90 window being castled off. That's not really surprising. Puckles, we do know he likes a cheeky aviator hold on that mute. First game on Villa that I casted TSP on, they did hold up there, but Chaz going for that aggressive play, it doesn't work out. Sane, sorry, goes on that, gets a kill on that gridlock. He was on Ash, the sick bit there. Puckles was taken out by Haters as well, and Haters is a very strong player on this Thermite. He is incredibly good on it. The Sneaky Beakies game, when he was on that roster versus Bossman, he was the top fragger for Sneaky Beakies, playing this supportive role. He does know that somebody is behind that shield, and that somebody is Scurry. He is back on the wall. Myers. Gunnin is the one who switched to the castle. Things are coming out, and Emerxy finds a beautiful headshot onto Yes in. That's the Jackal going down, the MP7 bullet flying out. Scurry and YD gunning, getting ready to hold these fairly long angles. Valuer looking for a flank. Velusi getting that vault control. Sane is still actually outside Marston. He's going to try and put a pressure onto Scurry. Haters was just on his drone. He's going to push up as well, but Scurry finds that kill onto Sain. And Emerxy finds another one onto Elusi. Scurry knows that a player is by the landing doorway. Gunning is actually going to peek that as well, and they're going to rotate slightly. The magnet gets thrown out. Emerxy having another gunfight. Scurry still applying suppressive fire onto Haters. So, Thatcher Thermite, typically a very strong duo together, but they're left in a 2v3, and when your Thermite gets taken down by Emerxy, that's never a good start, and Emerxy's actually going to look for another one this round, and it's going to be all left up to Valuer, and Emerxy's possibly just going to try and wait for that Thatcher. He's going to try and bait him out. Does he find the kill? Yes, he does. Emerxy very strong on this bandit, and showing why as TSP take themselves up 2-1.
Yet again, I think they did the more powerful push, which is taking the top reds as the attackers, and they obviously force out that mute with Thermite inside of Aviator, but again, the lack of droning has caused them to have no info of anybody on site, and it's not going to work. If you don't know where anybody is in the site, you're not going to be able to kill anybody. So they're just kind of standing around, hoping someone picks them and hoping they win their gunfight, but it's just not working out for them on the attack, so they're going to have to improve their attacks a lot if they want to take some back here.
It's quite surprising. If you look
Obviously.
at the start of the round, they had really good roam clear, to be fair. They got rid of Puckles and they got rid of Little Chaz. Those were the two roamers. But like you said, they just seemed to stall out when they reached landing. They didn't seem to know what to do.
Final execution just isn't there for them, and Emerxy picking up the quad kill, obviously, just completely blowing them out of the water, not letting them have a single chance in that round.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that one. So we're going to head to Dining Kitchen. Your typical third site, because why on earth would you go to Living Room Library? It's always interesting to see how teams defend this, because you can sometimes get different types of holds for this site, and this site especially is the one that you get the most variation in holds, I find, compared to the top floor site. You sometimes get a very heavy master hold, you sometimes get a basement roam as well. That's a lot more rare, because sometimes attackers decide, you know what, we're going to push up China, we're also going to push up Pantry. And you also get quite a horizontal hold as well, you extend into Living Room Library. We do see the hatch getting reinforced, well we did see the hatch getting reinforced by Scurry. The rotation into Laundry comes out as well, as this is a site I like Castle for this site. I think he's a very strong operator for multiple sites. It's just his gadget that is both a blessing and a curse. The proximities get set up, and this is a very heavy rush actually, as Gunning's actually going to be very lucky not to lose his life, but Haters has made his way onto site. Full site control already for the defenders, and Scurry goes down, but Emerxy takes one back. Yesim gets two, and that's a very quick round. Emerxy got one, Little Chaz got one as well. Haters was there for the plant, and that is a strategy you don't see very often, but what a good round for the King's Creed guys.
The King's Creed have just destroyed TSP there with that rush. They had no clue that was going to happen. Just all jumping in Mudroom, just running straight into sight, and it worked out beautifully for them. I was actually going to comment on how strong the defense was on the dining, and from what I've seen, but apparently the defense was weak, because the rush just comes in and destroys them. I was gonna comment on how they had the rotation in the laundry with the Wamai playing on the shield. I think that's a very good angle or
Hmm.
good position as the Wamai can rotate out of the site if he's lit up, and then the player close to the laundry door can actually swing and take out people, and it means there's two people, so they create a cross. So it's uh, really good for holding out that laundry bush, but nobody wanted to go to laundry. Everybody wanted to rush in China and just destroy them. I have no clue how that happened, but well played to TSP on that, or King's Creed actually, on that round.
It was quite surprising because we'd said multiple times that those attacks, they seem to just stall out. So to bring something like a rush coming out, it worked very well because TSP, not a lot of people may know this, but Chaz, Puckles, Scurry and Gunner have been playing together for many a seasons, and Emerxy is the newest player on this roster. So obviously they've got a lot of synergy. I've played with them myself, a sound bunch of lads. But of course it's not something you'd expect, especially for a team that just seemed to just be struggling on those final executes. A very good round there for the King's Creed guys. So anyway, any major differences? Yes, there is one. Scurry on the Goya, he's a very good Goya, so it's not a big surprise, and especially with how good the double shields you get. Double shields, of course, games doorway, and also top of main stairs. Interesting choice to put the shield to the south of the doorway, and to the north, so you can have a easy rotate through the doorway. But there's an ADS in that doorway, which is actually quite good because I don't think it can be easily shot from 90. We are going to see a back push once again. We're also going to see Chaz roaming once again.
They're making that rotate top main anyway, so I think that shield on the south side of the door is not going to make much difference to it, but I still would have preferred it on the north side if I was playing personally, because it just forces you further up 90 and gives you more control of it. So it's an alright position anyway, but I think it would have been preferred on the north side.
Ooh, very good C4 from Puckles, and of course you're on a slight delay. However, YDB Gunning has actually moved his shield all the way into 90 by the pillar, and that's where Puckles was playing to get a very nice C4 onto the Ash of Sane. Yesim is going to try and push this, but he's not going to be able to see that Mute. But Mute is in a lot of trouble because Aluzi is there and waiting. The Mute's actually going to rush there. That's very aggressive, and it didn't work out because Yesim is there with that G8. And now they've got to deal with that shield. A very interesting position played by the Mute, but it did work out because the C4 was used. The C4 found a kill, and that Ash is no longer a major threat. The EMP grenade comes out from Valuer. It allows Haters to open up Vault. The C4 comes out, the flashes come out. Haters takes a fair bit of damage as well. Chaz going to be in a gunfight with Valuer as Emerxy is there and waiting, but Haters finds Scurry. Yesim finds YDB Gunning. Emerxy there though, he finds one kill. He finds two kills. The bandit player very difficult to deal with. However, a player is in that main stairs, and that player is a loser. He's going to find one, leaving Chaz in a 1v2. Chaz, can he land the shots? Yes, he does. He finds the Thatcher, and now he's left in a 1v1. The last one left is going to be that Hibana. The Hibana doesn't land the shots when she needed to. The Jaeger wasn't looking the right way. Does she see him? Yes, he does. Chaz living on the 1 health, and it's now still just a 1v1. He's going to try and finish off this Hibana. He's going to hold the angle. He knows that diffuser hasn't dropped down. He's going to rotate out as well. Did he see that down player? That is the question. Aluzi's pushed into sight. Does Chaz know this? That is the major question. He's going to finish off Valuer, leaving it into a confirmed 1v1. Signal Jammer comes out on Aluzi. He's just going to hold an angle. Chaz needs to rotate if he's smart, but he's not going to hear it, and Aluzi's going to wrap that one up as King's Creed finds another. And I've got to say, they managed to turn it around. A very good attack from the King's Creed guys.
Again, pushing that stronger side of the map, in my opinion, and this time it worked out a lot better for them. It was a bit of a throw when they let Merxy get the double kill onto them, as IQ wasn't there for the refrag, unfortunately, for Haters, but overall I'd say that was well played for them. I didn't see too much strolling going on, but clearly they had the info going for them anyway, as they did take the round. Losing his life early on in the round wasn't the best play, but this round he's opted for a more passive operator in the Capital, unless he decides to 6-pick that, obviously. But overall, a lot better from the King's Creed than we previously seen on this site.
Yeah, I've got to agree. Once again, their quick attacks are working a lot better than their more standard ones, should we say, where you're droning out more of the map. It was very close one because Emerxy finding that double kill, leaving Chaz in 1v2, and of course he found the one. But taken to such low health, there's not a lot you can do about that. So the one major difference is there's no mobile Mai, there's a Maestro instead, and it's going to be Gunning who's going to be swapping those operators around. We'll have to see. There are no deployable shields being brought, so we'll see where the Goyo shields get placed. One on Vault. Are they going to do one at the top of main stairs, or are they just going to forfeit it and place it towards 90? Have potentially somebody. They're actually going to put it towards 90, but on the north side of the door again. They've also got the ADS in that doorway. It's interesting. I didn't see that ADS have much impact, but that may have been because it was a very offensive push through Vault.
Yeah, they didn't seem to really clear out that shield like they did the first time, where they just completely left it. But this time it worked out better for them. They didn't waste any utility onto that ADS, and just left the shield there. But in the end, it didn't really matter.
As we're going to see an office push, so King's Creed. Oh, a study push, office push. King's Creed going back to what they did in round 1, which actually paid off, mainly because of haters. And Sane is just droning down. He's going to drone for Scurry, who is the roamer. Yes, him going to try and find that Goyo. He does. Communication there. Interesting choice to go for that vertical destruction, as Sane is also down below. He's going to be looking towards landing. Nobody is in landing. Somebody is very close and waiting. That somebody is Chaz, a very good Jaeger player. He hears that Capital going up the stairs. That Capital doesn't check what way. He doesn't check both ways before crossing the landing. EMPs go out. Those Habanos are in an awkward position, so good job from whatever caused that. C4 gets thrown out from Puckles, does a bit of damage to Aluzi. Girl shields have been popped. The attackers are forced to a Vault heavy hold as Chaz finds a double for the round. He finds a Lucy. Very nice kill on that one as well. He's going to be watching for that IQ as Yesim gets taken down by Emerxy. And Emerxy's going to find a double as he finds the one onto Haters, leaving Valua in a 1v4. TSP, they aren't typically your typical over peakers as Valua hunting for those kills. He's going to find Chaz, but he's on very low health, and Merxy just going to be holding that. Goes for the pre-fire, misses the shots, unfortunately. They're just going to rotate out. They have diffuser control, they know it. And TSP are most likely going to just sit and hold position. Valua looking down those red stairs. It's not going to really make a difference. He's decided to go on drones, and Merxy's covering diffuser. Puckles is watching Vault. Gunning is watching any push through Pig. Well, the Maestro cam comes out. We could potentially see a Maestro cam killed because Valua, he's got no EMPs and he's in a difficult position. He's actually going to find that Maestro. Merxy's the one who's sat there and waiting, and Merxy's the one who's going to find it. And TSP go back to what we saw from them on rounds 2 and 3. Very good round for them.
3 things the King's Creed didn't do. They didn't drone, they didn't have any communication, and nobody's there for trades. Because the scene that walked up those red stairs, although I'm pretty sure they had entry kill from Yesim as he killed the gorilla playing downstairs. They just didn't drone anything out, and Chaz was able to find Sane as he just walked up the main stairs. The scene, the communications wasn't going too well as somehow Chaz was able to stay in the exact same position and kill Lucy, and no one's there for trade-offs either. Sane is by himself walking up those red stairs, and Lucy pushing into sight by himself, obviously not giving the call that he's pushed in, and also dying. So together they're not playing well, but on previous rounds they have, just that round they clearly just didn't want to play together.
Yeah, it just seems like whenever they try and push study, it doesn't go well. TSP read that very well. They were playing down, of course. I believe Scurry was playing down full vertical with the C4, because you typically don't see a Goyo there, but he had just shot a drone. I believe he shot Sane's drone, and then was in the process of reloading. Yesim ran the corner. That was that, as the Goyo went down fairly early. But once again, Emerxy is a very dangerous player. So if we look at the leaderboard, Emerxy going 13 and 3. If you've ever watched TSP before, you do know Emerxy is a very aggressive player. Meanwhile, on the side of King's Creed, it's Haters and Aluzi who are top fragging. 7 to 5, 7 to 3. Haters, of course, he plays that Thermite. He plays it very, very well, so that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. So the main difference between these two teams when holding Aviator games is the fact that we've got a Castle and a Legion. The fact we've got no deployables whatsoever. Deployable shields, that is, of course, which kind of surprised me just because of how powerful that position is. And are we going to see a study tape? We most likely are. Scurry gets ready to pre-fire things open. He's going to be on the Thermite this time. He was YDB gunning last time they played. That was a bit cheeky there from YesIm to try and look for that. Gunning and Puckles are going to be on roam clear. And the Merxy going to be trying to probably play very aggressive push onto the top of main stairs, looking towards classical 90. Bandit from YesIm coming out. Is he trying to bandit trick? I believe so. The impact holes are out as well. You're going to see a lot more tricking. And very nice rotation. We're probably going to see Puckles try and shoot things open. Above, perhaps? We'll have to see about that. I'm not too sure we will, as Chaz has already made his way into study. Scurry is there as well. He's got one EMP left. Those bullets are preventing him from pushing. That was a waste of a C4 because Scurry is actually going to place an impact grenade down, but it does get impact trick. As we do see Sane. He's playing the top of red stairs, but not behind that archway that we saw Chaz doing before. Very quiet round so far, not a lot happening. But as soon as I say that, Puckles finds the opening pick onto Aluzi. The Castle in bathroom. Okay. Obviously a drop down from 90, I believe, and he was just caught out by the two roam clear operators from TSP as they start to filter on in down 90. And there is a Maestro, of course, watching and waiting. You do have to be careful because Sane actually misses the shots there. There's the castle barricade. A very strong castle barricade, in my opinion. However, it's not going to work in Kingsford favour as they've locked everybody out of sight. As Merxy takes a little bit of damage. Chaz takes even more damage. No, he doesn't. It's just a health glitch display on the Thatcher, I believe. Yep, it's fixed now. Scurry gets taken down there by the bandit of YesIm. Gunning though finds one onto Value while he knows there is another nearby. The older fires out as well, but no Thermite left. But Puckles, YesIm is playing an aggressive position. He's actually going to see that Jackal. Sane finds Chaz. YesIm finds Gunning. Haters finds a Merxy. Puckles refrags. It's just the gridlock. He's left in a 1v2. He's going to try and play aggressive, but he doesn't notice the bandit. And a good round for the King's Creed. They find themselves 4-3 up.
So, I see TSP were better at the King's Creed in terms of refragging ability, but in the end, King's Creed obviously coming out on top. Throughout the rounds, I was noticing most of the operators were in strange positions. I wouldn't say the gridlock would be an operator you want to push below, although she does have the shotgun for verticality. I think she's probably going to be better if you play her with the likes of the Thermite and the Thatcher. Also, the Castle on 90. Weak gun, especially at range, it does barely any damage across that hallway, so interesting to see him being selected to play 90, and obviously not the best decision for him to drop the hatch and get picked off initially, but King's Creed come out on top in the end anyway.
Yeah, I think the TSP definitely got stalled out on the fact that they got impact tricked once. They couldn't really place their Thermite charge in a safe position. That's the strength of impact tricking and the Maestro on that site. You can Maestro cam cover both the common Thermite spots, and of course you can impact trick any of the other ones. As we're going to have a look at Trophy, we finally see a Vigil that's been played by YesIm. Attackers, Chaz going to bring the Buck this time as YDB gunning. He's going to be bringing that Thatcher. Chaz on the Buck on Villa is something that is not uncommon. He's very good at it as well, so we'll have to see if he can have the same amount of success as I've seen the TSP have on this map in the past.
10 seconds left.
This is an improved King's Creed roster, I would say. It's actually looking quite good. Of course, I think Aluzi is the only remaining King's Creed players. The rest from Paradox, and the rest of the players are from that Sneaky Beakies roster. Actually, YesIm isn't. I haven't seen him play before, I don't think. No, I'm not sure. See, you have the rotation coming out as well. Haters playing in another. As we are probably going to see a master take, judging as we've got Chaz and Merxy and Puckles rushing through laundry. Scurry droning them out. Here comes the vertical to prevent any sort of trick. And this is what we usually see from TSP, but Chaz maybe not prepared for the older of Haters to fire back. Haters not backing away from a gunfight. He's going to be the one who's trying to try an impact trick. However, Sane rotates up pantry, finds the kill onto Chaz. There's a lot of damage to Puckles as well, but ultimately loses his life. He'll be happy with that. He's obviously probably placed down all of his utility, and he's taken Puckles to a health where he's not near useless, but incredibly weak and can't take any gunfight. And Merxy is going to be running below. There is one more roamer, and that is yes in on that vigil. And Merxy, they may not have actually checked this out, as he is going to go up main stairs. And that vigil player is definitely one to watch for the late round. As Scurry trying to bait out any sort of impact tricks. Elusi finds some bullets. If Merxy holds this long angle, he's actually going to catch a player, catch the vigil to be specific, going up red stairs. He just needs to drone it. But I don't think he's noticed the vigil, but I don't think the vigil knows that that was droned out. The vigil walking away with a very nice kill. Just depends if Merxy notices. Thermite gonna try and breach open the walls. Yes, Imp is gonna swing, and he is gonna find that kill onto a Merxy. The impact trick was successful. Puckles does have to be very careful because Valuer is waiting. He's on low health. Elusi finds YDB gunning. Things are looking good for this King's Creed roster. They lost 2-0 against TSP last time, as Elusi finds a double for the round, leaving Scurry in a 1v4. He's got to be careful because Elusi's probably going to push him. Scurry finds one onto Haters. Yesim is there to find a refrag. And this King's Creed roster is looking pretty strong.
I have to say that on defense, King's Creed are playing a lot better together. I'm pretty sure Kieran actually pointed out that Yesim is Malusi and he sold his account. I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
But I can see the amount that they're playing together is just working out so much better for them. I'd say TSP are a refragging ability on attack, although Puckles was taken down to literally 1 HP by the Jaeger. He was able to find the refrag for his teammate. But the defense is just they obviously tied it up on attack, which I think is initially a benefit, obviously, because this is a major defender side of map due to the size of the map. Obviously, when you're an attacker, you want to clear out all those rumors, but there's so many places to roam on this map due to the size of it. But doing so well in the attacks. Merxy switching off the fragging rule towards a thermite, which is interesting, as he does have quite a lot of kills for his team. So I'm not too sure what's going on with TSP, but I'll have to see if I can bring this back.
Yeah, so I'm just looking back to when these two teams last played 3 days ago. It was Cafe and Oregon. TSP won 7-2 on Cafe and 7-4 on Oregon. So these two teams, judging by that first game between these two, weren't actually that close. They didn't have Haters playing. If I remember correctly, Dizzy, I think it was Dizzy, Elusi, and two others. Can't quite remember, so apologies for that. It was the same lineup. Actually, no, Crazy was playing instead of Scurry, instead of Puckles, I believe. So I think TSP, they have a rotating 5 roster. The last player was Crazy, and they do like to swap roles around. And Merxy, of course, he's played support in the past, so it's no surprise to see him on here. Scurry moves on to this sort of Maverick role. He's probably just going to try Maverick Hatch, which has actually been left soft, and that's quite surprising because Master Hatch is something that you would expect to take as Puckles and Scurry. Those two are going to be droning all of the Aviator side, but yes, in on that Jaeger, he's going to be holding right by Arch Studio. He's going to most likely be droned out, I would expect, as the rest of the hold. This is a very heavy laundry hold, 2 in laundry. judging by the fact that this is probably going to be a vertical round. Of course, you've got the Zofia, the breaches and lifelines, and the C4 that just gets absolutely wasted by the bandit of Aluzi. As Yesim starts to make his way towards side, he's going to hold those landing stairs. Here comes the vertical coming out from Chaz. He's going to pop that hatch as well. And that's going to warn Valuer to back away, and Haters can actually be playing quite aggressive. He's got that Ellis shotgun, which is so often hated. Somebody is trying to floor bang him. That's been spotted on the drone. And Sane actually finds a knife onto Puckles. Where on earth did he just rush out and find that? That's very unfortunate because the Zofia goes down. She did use a few breaches, but not a lot of utility used, and that boy can find that kill. Valuer takes a lot of damage as well. So Merxy, Gunning and Chaz are all waiting above. Where is Scurry? He's actually pushing up behind with that Maverick. He's going to sit down in basement, or he's going to push up China stairs. He's going to push up China, as Sane takes a lot of damage. He does get taken out by Scurry, though. The EMPs come out. Haters is just going to run up for a laundry hatch drop. Merxy finds the kill onto Aluzi. This vertical is working out. Scurry, though, gets taken down by Yes In. And Jaeger going to run through basement. Chaz and Merxy, they're on this though. Are they going to place claymores? That is the question. Yes, he's actually going to go up pantry stairs. So we're left in a 3v3. Health advantage in the attacker's hand. That Goya shield could be popped any minute. Yes, is actually going to be peeking a very nice angle towards China. Valuer playing in pantry. And Merxy reaching into Memora. That Goya shield has been popped. Little Chaz, does he know somebody is there? Yes, he does. Beautiful headshot onto Yes In. Gunning finds one onto Haters, leaving Valuer in a 1v3. The Goya shield has been popped. His progress has been halted. He's going to find Chaz, but the callout's going to be there. He's in pantry. The plant goes down from Gunning as well. He's left in a 2v1 post-plant situation. He's going to run through the Goyo and get taken down in a much better round from TSP, wouldn't you say?
Well, obviously that site harder to defend than the other ones. If it's set up correctly, though, I think it actually be one of the best sites actually in the game compared to just on this map. I actually really enjoy playing this site personally, but obviously it didn't work out too well for the King's Creed there. You were saying initially about the master hatch not being reinforced. I actually see that as quite a defender-sided hatch, although when we play, I'm pretty sure JBC actually like to reinforce it. Just for someone who wants to, know something about JBC, we actually like to reinforce the master bedroom hatch. Whoa. Well, I actually think it's a kind of defender-sided angle, as you're able to sit behind that white couch and just peek up, and you can prone, I'm pretty sure, and see right up to an upside-down rappel on the master window. So you can actually see a lot more from the defender side than you can the attacker side, but if the defenders don't take advantage of that, obviously you can just watch the swing and the thermite can easily get the wall open. But Castle coming out now, and it's interesting to see where he's going to play. I'm confused if he's going to play on 90 again here, because as I said before, his weaponry isn't the best for this long-range defense. But Merxy yet again playing the thermite. I'm pretty sure he did quite well last round, getting 1 or 2 kills. 15 and 5 now, obviously. Fragging out for his team. So let's see if we can continue this and bring it further back for TSP than they already have.
As we see the same castle barricades, so that is on what's the room in between Classical Hallway and Trophy called? That small small room at the book. Trophy entrance. Okay, great. Now I can never remember what it's called. I always thought it was Pig, but then I remembered the other room is called Pig. But yeah, he's gonna barricade off the double doorway into Trophy entrance, the double doorway into landing, and the classical 90 window. Like you said, Rarity Castle, he's a very strong operator in my opinion. It's just his weapon kit that lets him down, and I think there's a reason for that. Especially when you're in a well-coordinated team, his gadget can be, I find, immensely powerful. The ability to force so much utility to be wasted is so strong, and that's probably why he's got a bit of a weak weapon. He is actually going to look like he's playing in 90 again. He's just going to be shooting windows, but if you to see what he chooses to do, is Puckles has already got main control, top of main stairs. That is what I mean to say. Chaz baiting out C4s by destroying the floor below. Up wall getting opened up. Yeah, the impact rate is wrong. 2 impacts are thrown and it doesn't work as Puckles gets taken down by a Lucy, so that UMP clearly doing something, but more importantly for the attackers, that wall has been opened up, and in return it's done a fair bit of damage to Valuer as well. He's got 2 goon mines to play with, so he's just going to sit back and wait. We've got 2 holding in Vault as Haters using that vertical to his advantage, looking down to watch for that buck, but the buck is just destroying the floor, does some even more damage to Valuer. And bit of a punching bag at the minute. He's getting shot again as Scurry finds the equalising kill onto Elusi. That's any sort of 90 presence gone, and that is free for the attackers to take. Chaz doing excellent with that vertical. He's opened up all of bar, and it's going to allow Scurry. It's actually gunning, holding the diffuser. A very nice plant as a Merxy is looking for any study rotate. Scurry finds another kill onto Haters. Where on earth did he get that through? A Maverick hole? Yes, he did. Valuer not calling that out. We do have one below that is same. Scurry and gunning both right by that entrance as we see Chaz finding that kill onto Valuer. Valuer was just getting beaten up all over the place. Gunning's going to actually probably go for that plant. Indeed he is, and it's going to be covered up as well. Sane moves his way to the top of main stairs. He finds a Merxy. Chaz is going to be the one to cover this. He's going to rotate round. Gunning's going to have to cover it as well. He's going to run right into the Jaeger, and he's going to look away as well. And Chaz left once again a 1v2. The diffuser comes down, but the Maverick hole is there, and Chaz finds a double kill for the round, leaving himself in a 1v2. He's just got to wait at least around 20 seconds. He'll be fine, but he's going to find the kill anyway. And TSP starting to gain that momentum. Great Maverick holes from Scurry. He's really, really good to set up for that post plant.
Well, I would definitely have to say 100% Chaz was the MVP of that round. Clearing out the players behind bar and in vault. Obviously being able to get that wall open without impact trick doing too much for them, and finding the 3k for the round, denying the defuse, sorry, in a 1v2 situation and getting the final frag. Obviously, TSP have got some momentum coming for them again on this map, so let's see if either team can take the win here without overtime being a thing.
Yeah, definitely. I've got to say, I didn't even notice that Maverick hole being made, but that was such a good Maverick hole, whether intentional or not, from Scurry to be set up for that post plant to watch diffuser. Very, very good, allowing Chaz to pick up that diffuse kill and then pick up the final one as well. And that's what I've personally seen multiple times on Villa, is from TSP. They run Chaz on that buck and he just destroys the entire floor. They do have to make sure they don't make mistakes like last time. They did mix it up this round. I don't believe they just rushed straight through laundry. As we're going to see AVG once again. The same lineup from both sides. Actually, no. Valuer has brought the Wamai instead. We've seen him play Wamai before. He's played it on Cafe, where Wamai is, of course, very strong. You just stick him on Pixel. And this is the shield you were talking about to that northern side of the door. Actually, he's going to place it to the southern side as well. So very interesting to see both these teams do that. I do wonder if they're just going to place an ADS in the doorway. I think that could be quite smart because you can waste more utility that way. But I would say that I think the King's Creed lacked any sort of main stairs presence, and that's what allowed TSP to gain.
Well, yeah, Chaz obviously able to lock up the main stairs last round, and they obviously just streamed it out, as you would standardly, and be able to just walk straight in. Chaz pushed out the door behind the bar, and made it a lot easier for TSP to take that round. I was going to comment on the castle. He actually has one of the lowest win rates in Platinum Diamond lobbies. That is on PC, however, but still, he has. He's in the category, obviously, I can't remember what the exact wording is, but it's lowest win rate and lowest pick rate. And he seems like he'd be one of the weaker operators in the game, but every time I have a castle on my team, I actually really enjoy playing the round, because it feels so much more strategic to have a castle on your team, and I always end up winning the round, seems more with him on my team. Interesting to see his win rate so low down, especially with the utility he brings.
Yeah, definitely. actually quite confused how it's so low, because I find Castle's a very strong operator. Valuer once again gets bullied from below as Chaz does some more damage to him. Scurry is there to back him up, and we've seen this from TSP. They have someone below to back Chaz up so he can destroy as much floor as possible. As that is an impact trip being sent out very, very early, but it does find its target. As Haters using that impact grenade. He's only got one left as damage has been done to Aluzi, even more to Haters. Chaz is opening up so much of the floor. He's doing more damage than he is destroying the floor as Puckles is using that shield to his advantage. Once again, no main stairs presence from King's Creed. This is a crucial error because now what they've got is Puckles and Scurry playing behind that shield to the south of Doorway, which is benefiting them completely. As Valuer loses even more health to Chaz from below. Chaz is going to start droning now. I'm absolutely baffled by the shield placement and lack of main stairs control. As we've got Scurry and Puckles, they're just sort of waiting for Aluzi to peek. Aluzi's trapped. If he drops, he's going to get caught, and if he peeks, he's going to get caught. And of course, he's casted himself in as well. Gunning's going to actually rappel up and look for him too. That castle player is going to look for that kill, but Yesim finds the opening pick onto Scurry, and Aluzi doesn't land the shots onto Gunning, but lands enough to take him quite low, and he's going to just pre-fire now, find the headshot for repelling from the TSP player as Valuer finds Puckles. And it seems all that vertical being used has just left in vain.
15 seconds to go.
As Chaz and Emergency left in a 2v5 and now a 1v5 as Maestro finds one. He's going to crouch spam his way, but Emergency's going to find that. Emergency's going to play for time, and we're going to see match point to the King's Creed. And around that, in my opinion, was TSP's to lose, and lose it they did.
I was going to say the complete opposite. I felt like that was TSP's round to win, like off the bat with the lack of learning that the King's Creed did from the previous round. They had no downstairs room whatsoever to deny that vertical play, and that main stairs shield, or the south side shield on the bar doorway was, as you said, baffling. They didn't even have a rotation out of the bar to hold that, and they just left the shield for the attackers to use. It was confusing, to say the least. They could have at least had the shield on the 90 so the castle could use it, but they seem to use quite a lot of utility, but not invest any into playing off that utility usage. So, a bit confusing in my opinion, but well played, I guess, in winning their gunfights to be able to take the round in the end.
Yeah, I think even like before there were any kills, TSP were in a massive advantage. Chaz had opened up so much floor, he'd done so much damage. So we see Puckles, it's Puckles' turn to play the Thermite, it's seen. Passing it around as Emerxy's starting to find his stride again. But yeah, I mean, when you've placed a shield and nobody holding behind it, you're basically inviting the attackers to hold that position. I think fair play to Aluzi, he managed to like hold out for so long. Gunning really should have landed his shots. I think a mixture of it was TSP making mistakes and losing their gunfights. But yeah, you can't take anything away from King's Creed. But I think TSP might be kicking themselves slightly with that one. They're going to need to win this one to take it to overtime. Of course, remember to anybody in chat, this is a scrim, so results don't really matter. We are actually going to see, like what you said, Rarity, they're going to play a strategy I've seen a fair bit myself from Urban. A deployable shield in closet, the middle wall is opened up, and you have an Ella shotgun just playing closet. They have committed all ADSs there, and I think that when you commit all your ADSs to something, it's a very mixed bag with the remote utility, or you don't deny anything because it gets completely ignored. But it does look like we may see a master take, but we're also seeing standard from TSP sort of. It looks like a 3 and 2 push, so we're going to have some master pressure, and we're also going to see some pressure through office and the southern side of the map. Sane is once again going to roam. He's going to go in basement, which we do see a fair bit in Villa used by your local Jaeger players. Chaz has entered straight in through laundry, and Sane is probably going to come up these pantry stairs. He's actually going to back away. That's probably wise because Emerxy's opened up that window. The floor is going to start to get destroyed from Chaz. Haters, though, is going to be looking for that buck. He's actually going to see a drone and get that. I believe it was has his drone, and the top of China is saying he's going to wait for any flank up Astro. As we see Scurry reuniting with the other 4 members of his team onto Master, and that looks like those ADSs are going to be useful. Actually, the Aluzi is very much stuck because he's got the shotgun. He's having to use the pistol to duel with Puckles, who's on that thermite, holding that angle. The EMP goes out, destroys all those ADSs, bar 1. And Puckles is just going to hold this angle and wait. That shield has gone down. Are we going to see anything aggressive from Aluzi? He is very much trapped, but he's doing what he needs to do, and that is just a waste of time. All ADSs have been burnt. He's just going to be holding an angle. He has been Zafir lifelined. He's been stunned. He's not going to be enjoying this at the moment. Aluzi. Puckle's, sorry, going to be droning that player out. And Aluzi's actually wasting a lot more time than I previously thought, as we've actually got 45 seconds left in the round. Scurry's the opening death as Yes-Im finds that. Puckles is jumped in. He's going to find that kill onto Aluzi. Haters is taken very low as well, but with 35 seconds left, it's not looking good for TSP. Those impact tricks could come out of absolutely nowhere. There are impacts galore. C4s galore, I should say. Speaking of C4s, one gets completely wasted. And this is going to be a very, very, very late push. Impact grenades coming out. Haters going to try and impact trick there, an impact trick that he does, so they're going to have to push somewhere else. Haters is going to be killed here, almost definitely. Yes, he does. The plant goes down. All they need to do is deny it. The C4's not going to find it. It is! What a C4 from Valuo. YDB Gun is not going to be able to plant. And the King's Creed are actually going to win this round 7-5. What a round from those 5 players.
Well, what I have to say there is Value obviously coming in big for his team, denying that plant with the C4, so well played to him. There was 3 things I mainly seen in that round that was happening. The 3 ADS placements. If there's a Thatcher ban, I think that's alright, but seeing as the Thatcher was in play, I think that was a rash play, if that makes any sense. As if you throw one AMP down, all 3 ADSs are going to get caught there and completely destroyed, so that's just going to force out a Aluzi straight away in the round. They didn't make too much use of those 3 ADSs being destroyed, but also I noticed the master reinforcements. Normally when I do them from the master side, it makes impact tricking so much easier. But they did it from the trophy or statuary side, sorry. And yet again, obviously, I seen Chaz doing that vertical play. I want to comment on how that is working out beautifully for them, but it didn't actually do too much for them in the round. Although he seems to be doing well in forcing out players, they aren't making anything of those players being moved. So well played again, the King's Creed, and being able to take that map 7-5.
I've got to say, I'm slightly surprised because I've seen TSP multiple times. That's the first time I think that I've casted them in a scrim where I've actually seen them sort of seem a bit confused. Of course, they 7-2'd and 7-4'd this King's Creed lineup 3 days ago. Of course, they did run a slightly different lineup. They were going to run the lineup we're seeing right now, but Puckers was unavailable, so they played Crazy instead. But slightly a bit surprising, in my opinion, but it's good to see the King's Creed definitely improving. The first time I fully cast them was against Urban. That was with their fairly old lineup. Yeah, the lineup that majority have moved to Paradox, which is the line basically. That sort of lineup. I've accidentally just started, so I'm gonna message both people. I knelt on my trigger. Apologies for that one. I'm just gonna leave for that one. Let me just abandon match up there. Luckily, of course, it wasn't halfway through, and of course there are 10 minutes anyway for players, so it's not the end of the world. And I'm actually surprised to see TSP not dip immediately and go back into T-Hunt. They do that quite a lot. I will send.
There's one thing overall I can see that the King's Creed need to improve on, and that's being able to learn from their mistakes of the previous round. We've seen them go back to the Aviator site. Although they won the round, they didn't learn from any of the mistakes they made the previous round. They just tried with the same strategy that they had before, and just won the gunfights for luckily for them. But if you want to be a team that isn't too strong in gunfights but can win through strategy, you really need to improve on the mistakes that you make in the previous round. which they didn't, but they got a bit lucky in the end, in my opinion. Um, I'm going to actually
Yeah.
go and pick up something here, so I'll be like 3 minutes
No
hopefully,
worries.
whilst the two teams are getting ready for map 2.
Mhm. So yeah, apologies for that. Misclick on my part. Let me just message something about my bad on that one. I've never actually managed to do that before, so I'm actually kind of impressed that I managed to nudge my controller enough to start the game. I do know haters will be invited. I'm trying to remember who else will probably need an invite. A Lucy will. I've just put on cap locks. Oh dear, it's all falling apart. But yeah, I hope you all got. Oh my days, it really is. It really is falling apart. Hope you guys are all enjoying. Why can't it pick the normal? I believe Dizzy's going to be playing now. Actually, I think Haters has joined. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let me refresh chat and I can get back to you all real quick. If you are enjoying, feel free to drop a follow. Let me cast with you, Dylan. Oof. Not sure about that, Manny. Joking. What are all this? How do I suppose that the nucleus is going in paradox? Yep. And work on. Do. No, who are you? Manny, I'm not. Gnome, who are you on about bottom fragging? Godzak. I no hate to Zach, but Godzak bottom frags on every team he's on. I'm assuming we're waiting on Dizzy. Yep, Dizzy's back, and the last player is my brain. See, the thing is with casting is, oh my days, they've all swapped sides. I'm gonna have to put the blue team sign as attackers. The thing is casting, you call like 10 names for what, a few hours, depending on how many, and as soon as one of them leaves, you forget instantly which player it is. I'm trying to remember who this last player is. I feel really bad because I completely blanked. Eluzi, that's the one. Sorry, Eluzi. Eluzi is the last one we need. So Clubhouse, I have seen TSP play this one. Haven't seen King's Creed play this one, or at least this iteration of King's Creed. So it'll be interesting to see how they plan. Very much improved from the last time I saw them 3 days ago. I believe this time they played Haters. I don't think he played last time. So this is basically this is Sneaky Beakies with Eluzi under the King's Creed name. Whereas this TSP roster has been around. Well, I class this TSP roster for a while. Screw saying I need to sleep. You could get Crazy to play. I'm sure he'll want to. But yeah, Crazy. I'm not sure if you heard me before, but I have your 3K on Oregon through Blue Bunker. I clipped that one. Dizzy, I need to clip your ace if you're still in chat, so I will do. But yeah, if you want it, just DM me and I'll send you the link. Thank you all for hanging around. If you are new, feel free to drop a follow. I appreciate it a lot. As you can see by stream, English. As you can see from Stream Element, if you do make clips and you want to post them, if you just at me, I'm always there to retweet any clips featuring me because I'm an arrogant ass. But yeah, we're just waiting on a Lucy unless there is any other sub. Apologies for that, both teams managing to press the trigger. So for you guys who don't know, the reason there was supposed to be a cast yesterday. Unfortunately, there wasn't. That's mainly down to the Venga boys. They don't really like their scrims casted, which is fair enough. I have casted Venga boys before multiple times, so there's no hard feeling. They're a nice bunch of guys. And I also did cast them on Sunday with 2. We did tag finals. That was a JPC win at 3-1, 8-7, 7-8, 7-2, 7-5. It was a really good game, not going to lie. Rowsy was playing with that one. But yes, so we are just waiting. Perfect timing. We're just waiting on a Lucy, and then we can jump back into things. Scurry, if you're tired, why don't you make Crazy play?
I can play to where I'm cracked.
I'm confused because TSP they do experiment with their starting 6 quite a lot. Starting 6. They have 6. They rotate them out. Mainly depending on who's available, so that's why I'm assuming Crazy isn't in. We are still waiting on a Lucy, so any King's Creed players in here, please tell him to hurry up. I'm having a look. Gnome is just gonna have a look. No Man's Sector, you're both on King's Creed, aren't you? Yeah, Lucy joined. Right, we're just gonna wait for people to ready up, and we can jump into Map 2 Clubhouse. What operator bans are we going to expect to see, Rarity?
I don't know, definitely not Monty. I mean, where do we ever see a multi-ban from, especially TSP, like, I've never seen a multi ever. Well, I'm expecting a Maverick ban at least from every team. But, yeah, like, TSP, well, TSP are actually on attack now, so I'm assuming that King's Creed will ban out the Maverick and they will ban out the multi this round. Not too sure about defenders. Womai was used quite a lot, so I wouldn't be too surprised if Womai was taken out.
Yeah.
But apart from that, maybe just a Cade ban. Not too sure other than
that. Yeah, I mean, especially if we see a Thatcher ban, I would say we definitely get. Kaid ban, because Kaid can be so difficult to find. As I just realised people have ready up, so we're going to jump back into things.
Nobody's giving
I
us
think the issue with
multi bans.
I think no, you have to type the answers for it to work. And I'm not too sure. Maybe a mod has to do it.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1 second.
Let me make you a mod. I'm about to make you one. But yeah, we are almost definitely gonna see. There you go. You're a mod now. We're almost definitely gonna see the Monty ban. The thing is, yeah, and it is a Maverick ban. So that means we'll probably see Chaz or Yad / Gunning. We'll play that Thatcher role. It's honestly, I'd be more surprised if Monty isn't banned, to be honest. Yep, what a surprise. Monty banned, of course. No, I'm not talking about you getting mod. I'm sorry. I mean, a mod has to redeem it, I believe.
It doesn't work for me anyway. I'm not too sure.
Okay. I think you have to type the answers. Actually, do I just run it for you? Let me double check. Yeah, you have to say what answers you want. We do see a Kaid ban, which is
Projections from Rarity.
Yeah, predictions from Rarity, and it's a little bit surprising judging from the fact that Thatcher isn't banned, but Kaid is kind of annoying. Valkyrie is also banned. You don't tend to see a lot of Valk bans in my experience on Clubhouse. She's more of a cafe consulate type of ban, or if you're the Venga boys on any map.
Yeah.
So
we were playing the grand final on Sunday when Valkyrie was not in play for any of the games. Although our main Valkyrie player didn't play, so I'm looking here at the Venga boys that we kept banning Valkyrie out for us because we didn't use her whatsoever.
It was a good game. There were some interesting bans, I'm not going to lie. A lot of IG bans.
They didn't want Prozor to give them the weak crouch spam with the G, so they kept banning her actually. And left it in the last map though, so he was able to just run about with that and cause havoc, so... Obviously, I'm pretty sure he top fired the last game, so... The IQ ban not coming out really proved costly with him there.
attackers.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make sure I actually did the right number. Writing stuff down. I did. So, if you want to talk us through Rarity, the operators being brought right now. I appreciate you are on a slight
Cover the
delay.
location of
So.
a bomb.
Well, it's a pulse stream, but like we're obviously going downstairs first, so interesting to see it anyway. A lot of teams actually don't like to run that pulse, but it does provide you with a player at the back of Arsenal, which I see a lot of teams actually lack when they play this map. I think we're seeing a blue hole here from Dizzy, as I'm pretty sure I seen him for the shield one, not too sure. There doesn't look to be having too much going on with it. Yeah, there's obviously sticking to his ways of doing that Maestro. Played very well in that last game. And the Jaeger being brought from Stain as he seems to go onto the room side. Lucy playing that bandit as he did majority of last game again. And the two hard breaches being brought out from the attacker side. As you would expect on this map, you need the headband for the hatches and the thermite for the walls you want to get open. Thatcher obviously as well being brought out by Chaz. No real vertical play except for Mercy, but obviously just with the flanks.
Looking at the operators being brought, when TSP usually play Clubhouse with this lineup, those are the operators I'd expect them to see. Scurry gunning on those hard breaches. You have Chaz on the Thatcher. Puckle's back on his Nomad after being target banned, as he put it. And then Merxy basically going through top floor by himself. As you said, the Pulse is, I wouldn't say the controversial pick, but it's the pick that not everybody likes. The rest are fairly standard. Haters has been bringing a lot of Maestro, so that doesn't really surprise me. We are probably going to see an impact trip. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Right, okay. Admin stuff done. I just realised I'm not even mod. Oh no, I am. Never mind. So we actually see Sane holding in blue. And he's actually put the shield towards Oil Pit, where there is absolutely no attacker presence whatsoever. As Puckles has already made his way down main stairs. He's holding just at the bottom. He does have to be careful because Dizzy is in moto and Dizzy's just going to spray some SMG-11 bullets. However, when you just spray SMG-11 bullets, you're not really going to find your target, and Chaz gets away scot-free. His Valuer has actually taken about 4 damage, so I'm not entirely sure how he's managed that. That is really weird. How on earth is he taking that much damage?
Probably
That little damage. Probably. We've got Haters. He's trying to hold off the entirety of main corridor with that older. Chaz is actually thinking about peeking out. It's quite aggressive. He's actually going to see a player. Down goes a Lucy. Gunning's there to find Valuer as well. Oh, Chaz threading the bullets. Almost team kills twice, and Haters is the one to find the kill onto Chaz. Very, very lucky there, but Sane goes down to Puckles as well. Haters taking a ton of damage. He's just going to spray down. He's going to find Gunning as well. But Scurry has actually managed to make his way onto site. Now they're just playing Ring Around the Roses as Puckles is the one to finish things off. And TSP start things off with how they wanted to start off that first nap.
I think their attack there was pretty dominant, but it also comes down to the fact that there was no real room presence coming out from the Kings right there. I didn't see anything happening in terms of the rooming. They were able to just get bar control within about a minute. I'm pretty sure I seen Nomad in there within about seconds, and she had bar control fully, so not the best play. The Pulse obviously not being able to deny anything inside of kitchen either, so not too sure what's going on the King Creek side, but let's see if they can bring it back when they switch up the site.
So switch up site they do. CCTV, and an interesting statistic, as I'm sure Rarity would have heard multiple times. Grand finals of TEG, CCTV was played by the defense 6 times, and it was won by the defense absolutely 0 times. And that's really shocking to think back on, because I'm so surprised that. So for 9 rounds, we only saw Church and CCTV, and the defenders could only win Church. And that was really surprising for me.
Just
we are going to see Dizzy.
I said bathroom in the queue as well. I'm in a bedroom.
Yes, you did.
I always call it bathroom when it's. I don't know. It's just like the middle of the like site where like
middle of the site, yeah.
I don't know, I just stay bathroom.
I was so surprised to just think backward, like, as I said to two, of course, like, this is so weird, like, how on earth is this, like, not working out?
Maverick Bum
But
didn't come out on that grand final, I don't think, so that was one of the main
true.
causes.
Hey,
Hopefully
it was a
nobody feels
thermite
like
Monty mute
Maverick
valve.
tricking.
Well, we can see that there is an attempt at destroying the floor. Obviously, that's most likely going to be for sound, because you can't really Maverick trick when Maverick is banned. As we've got Puckles getting ready to send air jabs out, I'm expecting to see probably, from TSP's fashion, they do like to do a bit of a horizontal push. We are probably going to see Chaz and Gunning the main wall, and then we're going to see Emerxy, Puckles and Scurry get ready for a construction take. As of course the last time that TSP played this map was in the RXO placement games. They played against Wacko and it ended up being a draw. I do seem to have a thing for casting draws. As Dizzy is taken down very early on through the drone hole from gunning. That's just basic awareness. I'm not really sure how Smoke didn't expect that, but that's going to be a crucial pick. Less than a minute in, and we're going to see a run out. And is that going to be a Claymore? No, there isn't a Claymore to catch out Sane, but he's not going to run out in the end. Haters using the older to his advantage, plus takes down that Nomad fairly quickly. We're going to see Scurry applying that rooftop pressure. Zeal through Jim. It might just be through logistics, to be honest. Indeed it is. So Chaz and Gunning, they breached open that main wall with relative ease. They got rid of the smoke as well. I've got to say, even though it's a 4v4, TSP are in a fairly strong position. Valuer was thinking about peeking Jim. Bedroom, I mean. That wouldn't have been wise, as Emerxy's draining that out now. There is a shield that is on top of that table. It's facing the other way, which I find fairly interesting. Valuer looking for any red stairs. Push. We've got a Lucy who's just sitting behind that shield. Haters holding that angle outside once again, but nobody is up there. He's got Gunning. He's just trying to apply any sort of pressure from the exterior balcony. Successful bandit trick comes out from a Lucy. And how many Habana pellets did Scurry use? He used 2 of them. So Bandit going to be very happy with that one. But Gunning finds a Lucy, but not before Haters refrags. So the thermite goes down, but as does the Bandit. So no more denying. And that gets opened up. Chaz finds Haters. He's just walked onto site. Valuer needs to be careful. Saying though, he's there to watch his teammates back. Scurry is in sight and he's going to look for the kills, but the bearing reliable. Can he find that kill? Yes, he can, and Emerxy's there to finish off Sane. Apologies for the bit of server like there, but TSP find themselves up 2-0.
Well, the aggressiveness from TSP in the end there really benefited them. Chad obviously just jumping into the site window and taking out healers on the shield, and then Hibana sprinting right in with that Barry 9, as you said, pretty unreliable, but in the end was able to hit her shots, luckily for her, and then able to find the final frag onto the Eagle there, Merxy was anyway. So another good attack from TSP, and yet again I'm going to have to say the Kings Great aren't really learning from previous mistakes, as they're just allowing the aggressiveness of TSP to work out for them against this up again this round, or if it's going to be a domination this time from TSP.
Well, both sides are bringing the exact same lineup, so obviously Kings 3 are thinking, you know, and I'm just really confused why Dizzy was holding on that slant wall in between East Stairs and Cash, where he could just be shot through the drone hole. That really surprised me. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'd say it's fairly common game knowledge to know, you know, you're in the way of one of the most used drone holes on this map for peeking through. It didn't work out, and we saw that a lot of aggression from TSP. You know, they had Chaz running through site, Gunning pushed up quite aggressively as well, and it came down to the final players, Muxie and Scurry, there to pick up the final ones. But we are going to, it's currently looking like we're seeing a very similar lineup position wise. We're actually going to see an identical shield placement from Dizzy. We're going to see same shield placement from Valuer. Eluzi is going to be bandit tricking again. It didn't work out last time. But Haters is going to be in garage this time, and it's going to be Sane, who's going to roam basement, probably prevent any sort of gym push. And a gym push, we may end up bedroom. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting those names confused. He's going to sit
Don't
down
worry,
the basement
I call
stairs,
it
right on the
bathroom,
main
so
stairs.
I'll actually call it the other side.
To be fair, Merxy did jump through gym before, and I think Scurry's going to drone up gym now. It's going to be logistics push, but Puckles is going to be with them this time. We're going to see the drone come out. They're going to know that Aluzi is bandit tricking. That drone's going to get destroyed. And there is the EMP. They're going to bait out a bandit battery. They're going to bait out another bandit battery. Very good. Bit about ring around the roses right now. We've got the window getting opened up from Chaz, and that's just going to try and force Aluzi away. The EMP goes out. That's to catch any ADSs. Catch ADSs it does. Puckles is going to be air jabbing now. Sane finds the opening pick onto a Merxy. The bandit gets air jabbed. Is he going to be able to trigger it? No, he's not, and he's going to get killed by the exothermic charge as Sane goes down to Puckles. I'm not sure what Aluzi was doing. He sort of seemed to accept his fate. Just sat there and let the exothermic charge find that kill. And Chaz playing very aggressive as Haters finds gunning. Aluzi has left the game, so it may have just been a really unfortunate disconnect. His batteries may have died as well, so we may end up getting a rehost. But Puckles, he's there, he's droning. Here we have the standard kitchen, my days, construction push that we sometimes see from TSP. I'm getting all the names mixed up. Value is very much trapped as Chaz is upside down repelling, and he's sat there waiting. The smokes are coming out from Dizzy. They were non-existent that last round, and we've actually seen both walls opened up. That is just to throw smokes, I believe. He does have to be careful because Chaz is there and waiting. Chaz finds the kill onto server lag there, unfortunately. Smoke grenade comes out. Haters, he's there and waiting. Scurry, he's got sight control, and the calls aren't there as he finds he's going to plant as well. Chaz is there just to waste time. The impact hole comes out, but the older fire not going to find its target. The plant goes down, and down goes Haters with it. TSP find themselves at 3-0 up, and we may be getting a rehost. But what do you think of that TSP attack?
Yet again, dominant attack. Aluzi quite by that thermite charge, and the split push is really working for TSP here, as they have the two people on the main wall, obviously getting the bandit forcing the trick, and unfortunately for him, he was, as I said, quite literally blown away. And then the Hibana pushing up towards that construction side is very powerful, getting that wall open, having quite good refrag power. Obviously, wasn't able to find the refrag onto Dizzy as he took out Puckles on the prune, but eventually he was killed off. So refrag power is very high for TSP, and King's Creed not learning from the last round.
No, clearly not, and King's Creed are actually going to swap 6-bit the sites, and they go back down to Church. I think Clubhouse is a very good map for TSP. Aluzi does rejoin, so obviously no rehost needed. I did message Haters, but it's not needed. But yeah, TSP, they do have these very nice split attacks, especially on this map. So that is what we've been seeing, especially on that top floor. They usually run 3 construction, 2 on the main wall. And I really unfortunate for Aluzi though. I think he DC'd, so he couldn't really do anything about that. But Gunning is going to be happy about a cheeky thermite charge kill there. It did confuse me for a time being, but we are going to see probably a fairly standard TSP Clubhouse attack, and Merxy coming through that top floor. Then we'll end up seeing people, we'll see Chaz and Puckles come through the middle floor. They'll meet up with Scurry and Gunning. They'll start breaching things open. We'll get that push down main stairs. And that is something we see TSP do multiple times, but the reason that they keep doing it is because it's so successful and actually fairly difficult to counter. They've got a slight variation of this. Chaz is going to be pushing along with the Merxy. And Merxy is a very good gunner. All you need to do is watch that Villa game. He's a champ for a reason. So he's very comfortable in dueling as Sane. Ooh, tries to swing at the top of main stairs. Chaz is sat there, and the synergy of TSP there coming out. Reaction starts getting opened up as well, and we're going to see people push into the kitchen as the C4 finds Scurry. That's Hibana, and the C4 threading the needle actually, goes through the whole maid. Very, very nice kill. Very annoying one for Scurry as well. And all the time, all the meanwhile, Valuo is just providing valuable intel from that cardiac sensor. Bit of a stall right now, as you would expect. Puckles has lost a lot of health. Chaz is almost dead, and Scurry has gone down. So Gunning has to reposition and decide what hatches is he going to do. He is going to choose to do the bar hatch. They know they've got a pulse, so that hatch in kitchen might just be out of the question. We've seen that is not the hatch that TSP usually worry about. They usually go for that moto hatch, and then they breach open main wall. And they allow for that cross angle push into Churt, especially when Scurry is down fairly early. More breaching charge comes out from Chaz.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Valuo looking and just pre-firing. He's been droned out, and he's going to see the Nomad but not land the shots. Not looking the right way. Puckles finding that kill. Puckles is also going to find a second. Izzy, no haters. Escaping with almost no health. Just going to wait for that Maestro down the Maestro, but Valuo is there to find Gunning. He is in a 1v3, but it doesn't matter because Emerxy is there to find the headshot kill, and another solid attack from TSP.
TSP's play together is just completely dominating the King's Creed right now. What I would say is, I'm pretty sure if they did a more dynamic room in which they waited for the players to execute the push, and then they flanked around, I think their flank could work a lot better. But right now, I'm not sure who it was actually roaming there for King's Creed.
Sane, I think.
Yeah, he just died right off the bat of the round, but I'm pretty sure he would have played in the strip side. They didn't roam over on that side of the map whatsoever, so he could have waited for the execution and potentially got 2 or 3 kills from the flank, but preferring to be a lot more aggressive on the room than passive, and it didn't work out in the end.
I think he took a massive risk because you're already in a 4v5 and you're roaming. He was roaming sort of that first floor by the main stairs, by basement and the top floor, and he decided to swing it quite wide as well. And even though there were 2 members of TSP, none of them had their guns up. They were sprinting down those stairs, so it was really unfortunate he wasn't able to land those shots. Speaking of Sane, he's actually going to mirror. We're going to see gym bedroom, and we're going to see this mirror setup that we've seen from other teams. One of them most notably being JPC. Sort of open up jacuzzi wall, you have that mirror down in bathroom. It's a very strong position. I'm gonna actually.
What I would say about the room that they're doing, TSP obviously, as I said, are playing really well together as a team, and they're just collectively, they're always there for a refrag. So the flank that I said about, where you wait for the execution, works a lot better because they start to split up and try to push different things to take out the defenders. So when they're doing the execution, it's probably the most split they'll be the entire round. So you really need to flank at that point to be able to get the kills off. But right now they're just he's just playing too aggressive, and obviously TSP are together. So even if he does find 1 kill, he just could get instantly refragged out, making his kill completely meaningless.
Yeah, definitely, and I think. As I said earlier, TSP have a lot of synergy. I believe, I'm judging back from my past playtime when I played a few casual games with him, leveling up Smurfs. I believe Puckles and Scurry, they're IRL, so they've played for a long time together. As Dizzy gets downed fairly early on, he made straight through that rotate from Emerxy. And then they've played with Chaz and Puckle since Phantom Sight. Emerxy's being the newest player, and he's definitely been a very good addition. They seem to be, especially so far, they all seem to be playing as one, and it's something that is very difficult to deal with right now. Sane, though, finds the kill onto Scurry. That's the diffuser dropped and Jacuzzi. It's fairly safe to sprint over, waiting. A ton of damage. He's going to watch that rotation, and Puckles is there, ready to find that kill. The patience from the Nomad player working out brilliantly. There's now only 3 members of the King's Creed are left against the 4 of TSP, and especially with Aluzi and Puckles fairly similar health, TSP are definitely going to be favouring this one. As Aluzi, he's once again on that castle, and he's going to be playing right behind Mattress. In a safe position. Actually, he's going to shift behind Bomb, but Chaz is there to find the kill onto Sane. The mirror has gone down. Aluzi though finds Emerxy, and Haters is playing quite aggressive. He's now going to take up that mirror position, And he's going to see that player. Puckles gets downed. He was on low health, as I said. Chaz going to run away with that diffuser. Puckles, though, is going to be able to be picked up. Haters is actually going to think about peeking this. That's very, very aggressive, but he finds the down and the finish onto Chaz, making it down to a 2v2. Puckles is ready and waiting. He's going to peek now, try and draw out any fire. He's going to see the Maestro. Very good reaction shots. Maestro not see it miss. They do more damage, but not enough to down him. Haters finds another kill. He finds it on to Gunning, leaving Puckles in a 1v2 in a round that TSP were feeling pretty confident at, most likely. It's turned quite sour. The Luzi's going to be there and waiting. Down goes Puckles, and King's Creed finally find themselves winning a defensive round.
Lucy and Healer's doing very well there to play together, as I have been saying throughout these rounds. I haven't been doing. Obviously, it worked out a lot better for them that round. Healer's getting very aggressive, but obviously in a man disadvantage situation, you're gonna need to get that aggressive plays to work, and obviously it did from as King's Creed must have found the first round on Clubhouse, which I would say is actually tilted towards the attack side of the map nowadays. As the meta switched up, Gun's skill comes a lot more in this map than the strategy does now, so I would say this is more of an attacker side of map than a defender side in the end. So well played Kings Creed for being able to get their first round on the board, but let's see if they can make a second round there and potentially bring it back on the attack, or if TSP are completely dominant here.
Attackers need to locate.
Yeah, as
and
you said,
defuse bombs.
you think that Clubhouse has become more attack-sided. I feel like that attacker-sided nature is coming down to the fact that on multiple sites like Cache CCTV, there's very limited positions that you can really play. Like you basically have one east stairs, one in Cache, you have one in rafters, you may have one by the wall. And it's quite claustrophobic, would you say, to play?
I think a solution to that is to extend the site. A lot of teams don't know how to extend the site though. If you can end up playing like towards a bedroom hold in the end, I think. There's not too much rotation back to site though. That's the only problem with that site extension, because most teams try to do some like strange site extensions and all that on different maps and all, but it doesn't work because there's no rotation back to site. There has to be a decent few rotations around, so that's why a hold in CCTV or not CCTV Cache whenever you're holding bedroom works so well, because you only have to rotate through construction and then you're instantly back in the site. But I think the other way around doesn't work too well, as bedroom actually turns out to be a worse site than the Cache site does anyway, so it's not too beneficial to hold there. The room clear from TSP though, I have to comment, is extremely good, as I'm watching right now Mercy just pushing straight in with his jackal and getting turned in. It's working very well for them.
Yeah, this is something that I've seen them do multiple times. The droning from TSP is usually very good. I think another good, in my opinion, another good example of a push, hold, extending the site is double bar on coastline. You can really, if you have one in office, you can have one in CCTV, security, you can have one in kitchen, and all that you can create cross angles, and it works quite effectively in my opinion. But of course, coastline is a very different map to Clubhouse. So we do see, I suppose another good example of why Clubhouse, in your opinion, is becoming, well, is more attacker-sided, is usually when maps first come out, they're very defender-sided, as in my opinion you would probably expect. So, you know, you're trying to breach you're trying to capture the, I want to capture the flag, but you're trying to sort of breach into quite a defensive sort of base, so to speak, as Puckles finds the opening pick. It's quite difficult, but as people start to figure things out, as Puckles gets refragged by Dizzy. Meanwhile though, Chaz did find a Lucy, so the Jaeger goes down. But yeah, I think it makes sense that maps are starting to become more attack-sided as strategies come out, especially with the reduction of ACOGs on a lot of operators. But anyway, focusing back on the round, we've got the last three on site. As you said, extending the site, you've got that blue hold and basement, which is very, very common nowadays. As we've got Scurvy, he's just going to be looking at his Hibana holes. The ping comes out on to Valua, I believe. Valua knows that there's the Habana there. Doesn't land the shots though. He needs to be very careful because somebody has dropped, but it doesn't matter. Scurvy's there and he peeks. And Scurvy most likely going to plant. The call's going to come through that somebody's trying to flank Scurvy. But it's not going to matter because the last two are in blue. It doesn't matter because Chaz finds one, Haters found Chaz, but Gunnan was there to refrag Haters. And TSP are going to be feeling really confident after that first half.
Well, TSP again is just completely dominant in their team play. Like, everyone is playing together and it's just working out so well for them. The room clear is absolutely insane. Merksy and Puckle's able to go in straight into the building with no contention whatsoever. All the main breaches being opened within a minute 30, and they have so much time to drone outside and get free picks onto the defenders. The defenders obviously had to play quite separated there in the end due to the man disadvantage, so they had to cover multiple angles, but that's just not going to work out for them because there's no one there to refrag for them. So TSP completely dominant on this clubhouse attack, and fair play to the way they're playing so far.
Definitely, as we see Valua go onto that Capital from IQ and Gunnan goes onto that Maestro. Scurry going on the Clash. We've seen him play Clash a few times, but as usual at the end of the first half, let's have a look at the leaderboard. And Haters, once again, doing a great job for the King's Creed. Going 8 and 5. Let me just go down to basements. You can have actually the background. Going 8 and 5. The rest of the King's Creed, though, do need to set up 2 with 3 kills, 1 with 2, and Valua only finding 1. A lot more even, shall we say, on the side of TSP. Scurry, they're actually all going at least neutral, so they're going to be happy with that one. Scurry, the only one with lowest kills, but he is on that. He was on that Hibana, so you know it's not really his job to get kills. Chaz going 8 and 4, Puckle's going 7 and 4, Gunning going 5 and 5, and Merksy going 4 and 2. It's actually fairly surprising, but I do have to say from the last time I did watch TSP, and almost all of Merksy's kills came from his attacks, which is quite surprising. Anyway, they're going to go to church first. They're going to have Scurry hold on that Clash. Scurry, Scurvy. He just said pronounce it how you want, which is always so helpful. Anyway, we are going to have Chaz on that roam. He is going to be in bathroom. It's actually going to be looking like Sane's been droned in through strip by 2 drones. One by Haters, which is just going to chase Chaz, and one by Dizzy, and Chaz is going to hear that window. He's going to pre-fire as well. Value was going to 180 around. And he's going to decide that maybe Garage is the right decision, as Chaz is the evening death. He was getting harassed by drones, and Lucy is the one that finds that kill. The Jaeger going down, but the Jaeger placed all of his utility. And I don't know whether the attackers expect there to still be a clash. Scurry's going to be able to hold blue almost all by himself, with Puckles watching his back. Motor hatch has been opened up very, very early on. All great impact trick to prevent the hatch, but Merksy finds Sane. That's a big blow for the attackers. The Zafia going down. I was looking at Habana, that's why I said it. Zafia going down without using her utility. And now we have the waiting game. That mid-round pause where everybody reassesses what they actually want to do. They start to reposition themselves, getting ready for a push. Scurry is very much going to be a very annoying operator. He is single-handedly holding off any flank. Malu is going to know there is a clash nearby. And the diffuser has actually been just left in bar. And Haters has just hard dropped straight into the basement hallway. C4 going out from the Merksy. The hatch is going open as well. Puckles just tries to push it. That's not wise. Gunner goes down to Haters 2. And it's now just a 2v4. Scurry just sat there waiting. The diffuser has been dropped. He's just going to sit there tasing people. He's going to get ready to shoot some bullets as well. And Merksy needs to be there to support his teammate. Scurry can't be forced to defend them all himself. He's just waiting in the common spot, and he's going to find a beautiful headshot onto Haters. Is he going to find a second? He's going to find a triple for the round, but it's not enough. And allows King's Creed to find their second round of the map.
Well, Merksy there, nearly pulled up for TSP in the last dying seconds of that round. Shut down by good team play though from King's Creed, as they played a lot more together that round. They're joining in again, working out well. Seeing Pedro out there on the strip side, allowing him to push straight in there. Although he did die, it was a good room clear from him. Seeing now going on to the Blackbeard and a Fuse pick coming out from Value. Assuming that's a safe pick, yep, as it does pull for me just now. Onto a Capital. So, but Kings 3 played the last round very well, and team play coming a lot more together than the defense round seemed to be.
We do have a more drastic, a more typical TSP basement setup, I must say. And the reason I'm quoting, so much about TSP is I've cast them a lot more than King's Creed. I've cast them a lot more on this map than King's Creed. So I have a bit more knowledge of their typical setup. And Scurry usually ends up playing a Goya. He's a very strong Goya. Shame the only time we saw him play Goya, he was the first death back on Villa, sitting in living room. But Gunning going to be on the Legion, and we're going to see Buckles and Merxy and Chaz stay in the same operators. I feel like, yeah, as you said, the drone clear was very good. It was much better than it was before. They did have, they droned in straight with 2 drones, I believe. One went top floor and one followed Chaz, and the push came in out, so good communication being used there. Merxy's got this time rather than sit on site. And is Chaz going to roam as well, or is he going to play in blue? It's going to be Scurry playing in blue. He's actually committed both Goya shields to blue, and there's no rotation either, so I'm assuming that'll be one made later on. Chaz rotates into construction. Merxy's in garage at the minute. He's going to drop down oil pick, going to get that drone. Scurry's going to watch his back. He's actually just made the punch holes to watch anybody pushing through Moto. Scurry in a very safe position. Puckle's making that rotate into Arsenal now, as not a lot is really happening. I don't think Chaz has been droned, so this cash position is very good for him, but none of the attackers have really entered the building aside from Sane and Lucy. Well, and Valuer, as just notice him. A C4 was that gets used from a Merxy. Where on earth was that used? Oh, that was thrown up Kitchen Hatch, because Kitchen Hatch... Bar Hatch, because Bar Hatch was open very early. Are we going to see an impact trick? That is the question. Most likely, yes. Is it successful? Yes, it is. Very good from Gunning. And Aluzi going to save the rest of his pellets. And hope that there is no more impact tricking. We've got a lot of stacking up activity from TSP, but their refrags have been very strong. And where on earth is Chaz? He is probably going to hold the majority of the round in cash. As Bar Hatch gets open, Stock Hatch, sorry, gets opened up. Kitchen Hatch hasn't been yet. Any Habana pellets yet? No Habana pellets left. So Kitchen Hatch is going to remain reinforced unless Haters tries to thermite charge it. This has been dodgy droning to allow Chaz to still be upstairs. He's going to rotate down now. He's going to be very quiet. See, here's the bridging charges coming out. Does he see the players? No, he doesn't. Down he goes. Good flank watch from Haters. He does get down. Haters been a very strong player. Probably King's Creed's best player. Most consistent player so far. Chaz once again finds himself down fairly early on. The flashes come out, and poor old Scurvy is going to start to get battered by bullets. Sane is there, ready and waiting. It's a blue take, but Scurry has actually moved away. Very good positioning, but it's not going to work out. He had the pistol. Down he goes to Hibana, finding that one Aluzi. Takes a lot of damage. Haters though goes down to Puckles. The Goya shield gets popped. Down goes Aluzi. Gunning, popping that shield. Very good aim. Sniping it quite far away through that rotate. It's now gone down to a 3v3. 3v2 is going to find a double for the round. Sane though, he's watching for that Legion. He knows he's around, but he's looked away, crucially. And down he goes, because Gunning finds a triple for the round. There's one left. It's the Capital. He finds a Merxy, but he's got to plant. He's been gooed. He doesn't even have diffuser, and it's all going to go wrong for him. He's going to save his KD most likely, as he can't find anything. And TSP have a very strong defense after an awful start to the round, you might say.
Well, yeah, I actually missed a little bit of that round there as my batteries ran out of controller, so I had to go research, well, not research, I can't think of the right word, but just scurry around my house trying to find some batteries, so got them eventually, but it seemed there was a quite a blue push in the end there from the King's Creed, but it didn't work out whatsoever. For what it looks like, they didn't turn inside, they didn't make any push onto Gunn, and they was able to just take down 3 people in that round. Obviously, leaving the Capitao just stranded, nothing he can really do there.
Yeah.
Interesting picks coming out from the attacking side though, as the glass gets rolled out, obviously especially with the Capitao, just not giving them any info of what they're going to go. And Mario and IQ, which is it, they both have the same setup for their
I think it
guns,
was
obviously.
randomly picked.
Attackers need to locate
Right.
and defuse as many bombs as they
They
can.
haven't paid too much attention to them. IQ obviously being a lot
good.
than the Amari. Possibly will catch him off guard if it's used correctly here, but not the strongest upper on this map in my opinion.
Yeah, especially for cache CCTV, there's not really many windows you can fly through, maybe construction or onto site if you want to try a rush, but judging from where he's spawning,
The hatch
that
could
is
actually
a
be the
pick
play.
that's very unfortunate. That is true, the hatch could be a very good play, actually. I don't think anybody would be expecting
10
that.
seconds to go.
They
I did
will
it,
probably
like,
expect a
got
sick pick.
3 guys, that was fun.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Well, I mean, TSP, they've definitely turned things around. They find themselves 6-2 up, and they're going to be pretty happy on this one. Scurry bringing out the Doc. You do see Doc just to play garage, really. The ACOG's very good. And even if the MP5's not the best gun in the world, the fact you can see that extra bit further, shall we say, is a good benefit to have. And of course, picking up teammates if available, very nice as well. We do see the fairly standard point on that top right southern wall. Again, open up, that's to watch into the window. Merxy's going to bandit trick most likely, and there's not really a lot that they can do to stop him. Maybe firebolt, and especially as there's no Wamai. The C4's been ripped. This construction is going to be the point of entry, it seems, from that Hibana. The Capitao Firebolt comes out, preventing a Merxy from bandit tricking, so Haters gets ready and waiting. He finds Scurry as well through the hole, and unfortunately the dot goes down fairly early on, but not a lot of utility. Well, there is a lot of utility, but not as much as some of these other operators. Dizzy takes a lot of damage, but Puckles takes a fair bit in return. Aluzi finds gunning, his gunning looks the wrong way. Same, running out Jim, Dizzy firing some more shots. Full CCTV hold for the attackers as Dizzy goes down, but Chaz gets down as well. Puckles finding that one, and Merxy with the beautiful C4. The defuse has been stuck in default and nobody can pick it up. It is a 2v3 as Chaz is downed. He is stuck on east stairs. I don't know if anybody is going to risk trying picking him up, especially as Puckles gets taken down from Valuer 3v1 and Merxy's left all on his own. Chaz is just stuck. This is going to be watched by a Merxy, and he knows this too. He's going to probably be droned out. Yes, he is. The drone's going to spot him. The call's going to come out, and he is going to wait. He has diffuser control, and he knows this. Chaz bleeds out. He is going to peek away at Merxy. He's going to look away at the wrong time. It's all falling apart for him. The Hibana spots him, and Merxy can't say the same as King's Creed. Try to keep themselves back in this game.
Well, yeah, very good attack from King's Creed. Wasn't actually expecting to go so well after it was being a 3v3, as Mercy did do quite a good retake onto the site, C4ing that thermite obviously in the plant spot, but the King's Creed doing a reverse sweep, I guess, to say, and bringing the round back for themselves. Some good shots hit there by the King's Creed, benefiting them obviously on that round. Mercy tried his best to win the night, but in the end, it just couldn't. So, well played to the King's Creed there.
Yes, we're going to see Jim Bedroom next up. So far, the stats from Sunday continue. No defender has one CCTV. Seems to be... but yeah, the attacks came out. Good communication though, to make sure you get the firebolt down, and therefore there is no chance of bandit tricking.
We'll win CC for you next time.
We finally end the curse. But yeah, I'm expecting King's Creed to know this is a gym take. You see the mirror, you see the castle. Where else is it really going to be? And of course, because the mirror and castle are such, I want to say niche picks, but specific picks for this site, you can't really afford to use one, disguise one as a 6 pick. Because I'm having a look around and I'm not really excited to go. I wouldn't expect to see a castle really anywhere. But But yeah, we are going to most likely see an extended hold. This time, unlike what we saw at the King's Creed, all 3 walls in cash get reinforced. No rotation onto East Stairs, which I personally like a lot more because it forces utility to be used and funnels them, funnels any attackers through cash doorway. As fairly common. Actually, Jacuzzi's been fully reinforced, so this is to force utility to be used and then be able to still deny it. Merxy may try a bandit trick. We'll have to see. Scurry is very much trapped on his own, but Sane can't safely get through. Actually, he can, because he's just going to Ash Charge that immediately. Get rid of an ADS. The Signal Disruptor still stands. Scurry in a very nice position, though, to hold it. Puckle's there as well. The C4 gets thrown out. That's going to be a waste. The Hibana pellets come out. They actually do find a lot. And crucially, that C4 finds 2 Hibana pellets. So they can't even make their way through as Scurry finds the kill. To follow up onto Sane as well. And that Hibana is down, that Ash is down. Jacuzzi's going to get breached, but Merxy, he's just going to be able to bandit trip. The Firebolt goes out to prevent any sort of bandit trip, but nobody was playing that anyway. And TSP, I don't want to jinx them right now, but they're in a very good position. But gunning is very, very low. Interesting choice. They've actually got a hatch into logistics. I personally like this. Of course, you can really... I like it because it's different from placing it. There's a lot more intel, usable intel, shall we say. You can see someone, you can peek, you can throw a C4, whereas if you put it on 2 reinforced walls, there's not a lot you can do other than wait. And here we see the issue with of attacking the bathroom. We're very much trapped right now, and especially when that firebolt doesn't actually catch the player behind the mirror. The Merxy's going to find that kill onto Haters. He's going to take a fair bit of fire damage though. And any cheeky C4s available? No, him and Puckle theirs, but Gunning still has his. Gunning most likely saving his for any logistics push. Here comes the rush in, and Merxy's there and waiting. Dizzy's not going to find anything, and Merxy gets a flawless round. They feed him in the end, and that is it. TSP find themselves winning the second map. Clubhouse 7-3. Yes, 7-3.
A very dominant defense there. Nothing was about to happen whatsoever. I was actually going to say that Mercury and Gunner should switch the positions of themselves because obviously the mirror's placed on a ship that Gunner's going to instantly be killed by that. But in the end, Mercury was able to use his health to actually kill 3 people off of that one mirror, and the King's Creed having no clue what to do and just sprinting straight into that mirror, and obviously that's not going to work. So well played at TSB, and tying up the scrim at 1-1. So overall, very good games to watch. Yeah,
definitely. It was nice to see what the King's Creed can do on Villa. I think Clubhouse is very much more a TSP map. I think it's one of their more preferred maps as well. Don't quote me on that. I know their least preferred is Theme Park, so that's going to be probably auto-banned. But looking, TSP had very, very good attacks. This is, I think, what we saw. Of course, TSP played their RXL placement game against Wacko on this map and drew 6-6. They won 3 attacks and won 3 defences. They looked a lot stronger on this map, I've got to say. 5 attacks to win. On Clubhouse as well. That's no easy task. Their defences, they won 2 out of 4. Which I don't really know what to think of that. It seemed a bit meh. I think definitely room for improvement on those defences. I think when they went Chaz died way too quickly on the roam.
The main problem with the CCTV hold is I think the wall needs to stay closed, or else it's just not going to work. As soon as that wall's open, all positions inside of server are completely denied, obviously, because of the wall being open. And then Cash was just completely pressured the whole time, because you don't want anybody just randomly sprinting in that breach. And Garage obviously has to be aware of more angles now. The ball and Garage hole was actually well played. I see a lot of teams do that, obviously. The Capital ball coming out denying the bandit trick to get that wall open. But Illusi wasn't the best, no offense to him, on the bandit trick whenever the King's Crew were defending. As he wasn't really able to do much. I'm pretty sure one round he did disconnect though, so he wasn't really able to actually do anything about that.
When he died to the exothermic. But yeah, I think that second map on the whole was a lot more comfortable for TSP. I think you can't fault King's Creed. They definitely showed some good potential on that map. Haters matching a Merxy for frags. They were both the top fraggers, and I think that basically sums up what we both said, that Haters is very good on that thermite, and clearly showing it. Unfortunately for him, the coordination with the rest of the team weren't really there. Aside, they did have, of course, good moments, on CCTV, as you said, Capital in that bolt, Capital the wall, sorry, and they had the cover from Moto Hatch when they won Church. I think a lot more the experience from TSP showed out on that second map. I'm a bit surprised we didn't see TSP do as well on Villa. I don't want to. That's no offense to them, and I'm not taking anything away from King's Creed, but I think, of course, I've seen them play multiple times, and I think that performance, especially on those attacks, was a bit lackluster from what I was expecting. But all in all, I think it was a very good squad.
I think
Hopefully both teams learned a lot.
the main thing with Villa was the final execution. I think that was the main thing with both teams as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Whenever they were pushing up towards Trophy initially, I think it was King's Creed, pushing up towards Trophy and stuff like that, they just stood there and didn't know what to do on the attack. They just kind of waited and hoped somebody would pick them and get a few shots off, and then
Yeah.
the other way around, TSP got so much control of everything but didn't do anything with it, because we've seen Chaz go below, obviously forcing out all the players from behind the bar and then Vault, and then on Trophy he forced out people from the statue set, but in the end he able to do anything with the control that he got. So
Yeah.
they just need to work on that final execution, and I think that will be a very strong map for TSP. The same for King's Creed.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for joining me, Rarity. If you don't follow Rarity, twitch.tv/Rarity. He's another caster in RXL. A very good one at that. So thank you for joining me, of course. I hope you enjoyed it. It was quite fun from my point of view.
Same here.
Thank you both teams for allowing us to experiment with duocasting. Congratulations both teams on your map wins. Thank you all for hanging around. Feel free to drop a follow. If you see Scream Elements, that's basically my socials, of course. If you want to clip anything from the stream, upload on Twitter, feel free to @me or Rarity. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.